Hey there, ADB024 Aaron here, and I want to talk about Christmas, St. Nicholas, Santa Claus, and Christianity, and how it has everything to do with the celebration of the birth of Jesus Christ. Now, here's my tree. It's small this year. I had to do it in the kitchen on the table. And notice the star on top, of course. And my wife has a little town set up here. It's kind of a new little American fun thing to do. But look at St. Nicholas here. And St. Nicholas, he was a real man. Most people don't know this. Why? Because you've been brainwashed to believe that Santa Claus had nothing to do with Christianity, because like the Soviet Union, where people were brainwashed to believe God didn't exist, it's happening here too. But notice he's dressed extremely warm. So we have to do a little bit of go back to, I believe, around 950 AD, and to Constantinople, which is today Istanbul, Turkey. And that was the center of the Christian world at the time, and of course today, now it's been taken over by the Muslims. But anyhow, so Saint Nick went up through Ukraine and into Russia, and most likely it was winter time, and well, it's always in parts of Russia is cold and snow, so he's on a sleigh, dressed real warm, and he's handing out gifts to the children. Gifts to the children, and most likely at this time it was food. So that kind of comes where the tradition of putting food on the tree and giving gifts during Christmas time, and gifts of food at Christmas time. But so he's giving out gifts to children. And why did he do this? He did this to spread Christianity. So St. Nicholas, Santa Claus, what he really wants is the children to be good Christians. He wants the children to be Christians. He's spreading Christianity. That's what St. Nicholas is doing. So St. Nicholas has everything, Santa Claus has everything to do with Christianity. And now, and then, you know why we have the holiday, of course, is because to celebrate Jesus Christ's birth. And so many things are strange. Remember, my family-in-law is all in Russia, so, and many Russian friends. So I've been trying to get this history together, and it's even, I look at the History Channel here in America, Discovery Channel, and even the Supreme Court of America. All communist views. They're trying to make it so that Christmas has nothing to do with Christianity, because they are communist. But let's look at history of the Christmas tree. It said it really started in Germany, and I know from Russian history that in 1700 Peter the Great demanded that everyone had a Christmas tree, but they were to call it actually a New Year's tree, and they were to have this up at New Year's. And then in Russia they celebrated Christmas a little bit later, but Russia always had a different calendar, I guess, at that time than the rest of the world. That's what I'm told. But now, coming to the Soviet years, Christmas tree, St. Nicholas was, the whole image of him was changed to have nothing to do with Christianity. Same with the tree. They didn't want the roots to be known that it came from Christianity. So they still had a Christmas tree. Check this picture out right here. This is my grandmother-in-law, and here she is in Soviet Union times in front of her Christmas tree. Now, if you look at that star, that is the communist red star. You'll find this everywhere, from a military tank to a a Christmas tree. Look at this picture here of me on Red Square. You notice the Kremlin wall tower, the red star at the top, represents communism, which was anti-religion, anti-Christianity. And so you weren't allowed to have a Christmas tree, say, with an angel on it, because that would be wrong. And it's just amazing. I'm seeing similarities in the demonization of Christmas here in America. That's what was done in Russia. At least now in Russia they have freedom of religion. It's getting back into the culture there. Hard stuff to explain. There's so much. I'm off the wall here. But tell you a story. Now that woman there, my grandmother-in-law, she was a Christian, even though she was not allowed to be. She was she had her mom had eight children, so she was one of 8, and none of those children lived through the communist revolution. She was born in 1910. Everyone was killed. Parents didn't make it through communism. She was one out of the 8 children that made it, and she still held on to her Christian heritage and her capitalist heritage too, back in the SARS days. But anyhow, and so my wife got to experience a little bit of Christianity in Russia, even in communist times, because of that grandmother there. And so my wife actually got in trouble once at school because she knew about Christianity, and she had to be taken out of the class and lectured and taught that how God doesn't exist. Similar things that are happening here in America today. Like recently we had this child that was taken out of the classroom for drawing a picture of the crucifixion of Christ. The whole point of that project of the teacher saying draw something about the holiday season was to get to see if these children would draw something, anything religious, and then be lectured on and be taught that God doesn't exist and it's wrong. Same thing in Soviet Union. So it's amazing things I'm seeing. The Christmas tree is everything is part of Christianity too. I think the Supreme Court is wrong, actually. I think by them saying that it's not part of Christianity is the same way in saying that the Soviet Union said that Santa Claus isn't part of Christianity in the tree. So it's the same thing happening here. Back to the Russian history. So what they made Saint Nicholas in Russia was a seasonal character, not a Christian character. So they changed him into, he lived in the woods. Santa Claus lived in the woods during the Soviet times, and he would come out during the end of winter and bring the new season of spring, the good weather. So he became a seasonal character, not religious. Kind of like now you have season greetings here. You can't say Merry Christmas. So it's the same thing. Things are being changed around just like in the Soviet Union. Now some people take the Christmas tree to extreme, like this tree behind me, which is, it was originally 15 feet tall, but they downsized it to a 13-foot Christmas tree. And it's taking tie downs to hold it up to the wall.